What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to dive into the world of tokenization. Now, I've talked about it a little bit, but I just want to shed some light on how blockchain technology is revolutionizing traditional finance through real world assets. Let's talk about it.
Greater minds than me have talked about the tokenization of capital markets. This is the first step. Crypto is just the proof of concept. You're going to see tokenization of a lot of TradFi assets.
Now let's break down tokenization for the skeptics and the critics. I need you to understand this. I'm coming from an educational standpoint, so listen. Tokenization is the process of representing real world assets such as money markets, equities, real estate, and more as digital tokens on a blockchain. Hence the term tokenization.
One, institutions really buying the asset class or accepting for the first time in history that they're storing digital assets or digital property. That's never happened before.
Now, what makes tokenization so powerful? I'm gonna break it down a little bit further, so get some notes, take some notes, get your pencil, get your paper, whatever you need to do. First thing we have is transparency. With tokenization, the true value of an asset is reflected on chain. Everyone can see it, providing unprecedented transparency to investors. Second, efficiency. Distributions to asset owners can be seamlessly facilitated through their crypto wallets, streamlining the process and reducing friction, time, and money.
You'll see more and more companies actually listing their equities directly on a blockchain and then allowing peer-to-peer 24/7 trading on a global basis, without the need of, a prime broker and a bunch of other intermediaries. And obviously you have to do it on a registered exchange, but you need to build that infrastructure to further facilitate it.
Third, we have liquidity. Previous illiquid assets, such as real estate or commodities, can now be bought and sold on-chain, unlocking new liquidity opportunities. Fourth, self-custody. You should and you must have control of what belongs to you. You now have the ability to retain control over your assets, eliminating the need for the middleman and increasing autonomy. And finally, last but not least, collateralization. Assets can be utilized as collateral on decentralized protocols, DeFi, which opens up new avenues for borrowing and lending. So I bet you're probably wondering, are real world assets being tokenized yet? Absolutely. Traditional finance giants, those behemoths, are already embracing tokenization, paving the way for a new era of finance. I already said it. If BlackRock is doing it, who are you? Who are we? Still skeptical?
Intel took the leap of faith of listing on the NASDAQ, I think in the early 1970s. You'll see more and more companies actually listing their equities directly on a blockchain and then allowing peer-to-peer 24/7 trading on a global basis, without the need of, a prime broker and a bunch of other intermediaries. And obviously you have to do it on a registered exchange, but you need to build that infrastructure to further facilitate it. But I think we'll look back in several years and people will be trading equities peer-to-peer on their telephone.
Pay attention to what they do, not what they say. Now, despite being in its early stages, the potential of tokenized real-world assets is limitless. From artwork to financial instruments, almost anything can be tokenized on the blockchain. But of course, there are challenges such as valuation, custody, governance, trust, interoperability, and scalability. These factors, they must be addressed. They need to be addressed for widespread adoption to occur. But I will say, the future does look promising. Projections estimate significant growth in tokenization, potentially reaching a value of nearly $4 trillion by 2030. Remember, folks, pay attention to what they do, not what they say. Say it with me. Pay attention to what they do, not what they say. They are doing. What are you doing? Now, remember, I already talked about BlackRock and their build or BUIDL fund through Securitize. Securitize also partnered with Zhou, hope I'm saying that right, to create tokenized shares of a German residential real estate portfolio in 2021, allowing investors to buy fractions of the ownership. Hong Kong Stock Exchange partnered with Bond Connect to launch a digital issuance platform in 2023 for government bonds. JP Morgan Chase collaborated with the London Metal Exchange on a blockchain pilot in 2020 to explore tokenizing aluminum inventory for more efficient trade finance. Goldman Sachs partnered with Galaxy Digital in 2021 to create a security token representing a basket of traditional and digital assets. Fidelity Investments launched a platform for tokenized private placements in 2021, allowing accredited investors to access alternative investments. UBS joined a consortium exploring tokenization of private equity funds in 2020. AIG invested in a blockchain startup focused on trade finance in 2020, potentially involving tokenization of trade assets for insurance purposes. Now, these are just a few examples of traditional companies who have ventured into the blockchain space, and I'm sure you heard of many of them. And there are many other ongoing projects.
Furthermore, major institutions are paying attention to this space. BNY Mellon is the world's largest custodial bank. They're the bank that your banks bank with. And they did a study of institutional asset managers to get their opinions on what they think about this space. And that report found that 97% of asset managers believe that tokenization will revolutionize the asset management industry. And what's even more exciting is that of those asset managers, the ones with more than $1 trillion, basically the largest asset managers, 100% of them are interested in this space. They're interested in tokenized assets. So I don't know about you, but I've always been told, follow the money. And this is where the money is going.
Now, I could go into how tokenization works, but I do want to be mindful of your time. The process simply relies on blockchain technology, if you weren't aware by now, a secure digital ledger, and smart contracts, which are self-executing programs that manage the token. These technologies facilitate transparency, efficiency, and security in the tokenization process. Now, you probably want to find out, well, what type of companies are involved in this other than the ones that I just stated, which are traditional as it relates to crypto, because we're always talking about crypto. Well, let me give you a little bit of advice on what you could do. If you go to crypto.com, let's go over to crypto.com. If you go over to crypto.com and you go to category where it says all categories, you can click on all categories and then go to real world assets. And what it's going to do is organize all the cryptos that's at least on crypto.com that are real world asset related. It gives you a nice layout of currently at the time of this recording, they all consist of, they have a market cap of 42 billion. They have a long way to go. And currently it has a 24-hour trading volume of around 4.32 billion. Now you can organize it by market cap, which if you just go right here and you change it by market cap. So let's just see which one. I think it was already in order by market cap. So that's how we need to look at it. So you notice Avalanche is the top. Then we have Chainlink. And as you can see, it goes on. There's quite a few. Quite a few. These are companies, crypto, that you could invest in that's currently in the real world asset tokenization industry. I hold Ondo, Chainlink, VeChain, TokenFi. Those are the 4 that I hold. So remember, always do your own research, and it starts here on one of these sites like crypto.com, CoinGecko, or CoinMarketCap.
So I think for me, it's just a signpost to the future and the future of capital markets that we'll be lucky enough to live through and enjoy.
Now, as blockchain technology continues to evolve, we're bound to see increased adoption and integration of tokenized real-world assets, paving the way for a transformative future in finance. It's only a matter of time. Well, that's it, y'all. Hopefully you got something from this. All about education today. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. And remember, education minimizes risk and eliminates fear. It's your boy. Catch y'all on the next one.